Score Business Showcase. We have an exciting guest with us this afternoon, and I look at her as the one of the faces of Bridgeport. I'd like to welcome you, Beverly Hoppie.
Thank you, Steve.
And what is the name of your company again?
Well, I wish I owned it, but I work for Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust, and we're downtown Bridgeport doing fabulous things in the housing field. Do it for a long time.
Yes. Well, you're passionate about anything that you get involved in, Beverly.
Now, can I tell you a little bit more about Bridgeport
Yes,
Neighborhood
yes,
Trust?
please.
Okay, we started very small. You'd be interested to know that we were in this building when I first started. We were in State Street, right next door. You know, little, I forget the address, but it was just very small. There was like 8 or 9 of us. And as we grew, we moved to Fairfield Avenue, and now we built our latest habitat. It's at 570 State Street. It's a beautiful site, and we now have about 20 employees. When I started, we had probably about, I would say, 8 employees. So we've grown exponentially in the past 10 years. We're all about Bridgeport. We are a nonprofit community development organization as well as a housing organization. And I know we'll elaborate a little bit more on what that entails later on. But it's important to let our listeners know that we are HUD approved, and we are CHAFA approved, and we meet all various state regulations and so on, which is necessary in order to do what we do in a big scale.
All right, excellent.
So we've been around since, like I said, 1986, and I joined them about 10 years ago.
So some of our listening clients out there that are in business that want to move into Bridgeport, they could even contact you.
Well, sure. If they want to know just exactly what we do and how they can come on board, of course. We never really turn anyone away, but we do have certain business lines that are our target or focus. And in a nutshell, one of them is affordable housing development. You know, if anyone cares to stop by at 570 State Street, that's a lovely apartment complex, 31 bedroom units, which we built and we manage because we also have a property management division. We have several other large projects we've built recently in various parts of Bridgeport. Our focus primarily, however, is developing downtown west in Bridgeport. The south end of Bridgeport, we do have units there we own that we rent. And now our latest strategy is to participate in the growth and development in the east end of Bridgeport. We do own properties also on Stratford Avenue that we're in the business, right now we are either building or rehabbing that in turn we would rent out. So affordable housing is our passion, and it really addresses the need for affordable, safe, decent housing in Bridgeport. It's kind of sad when you hear people paying $1,200, $1,400, $1,600 a month for an apartment. But besides the affordable housing and the property management, we have what's called our Home Ownership Academy, and that's the division that I work for. And it sounds, a little sort of like going back to school. Well, what does the Home Ownership Academy do? It's an educational component of Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust. I'm actually the Director of Education, Community Engagement, and we offer many different resources through that academy, as we were talking about earlier. So folks are looking to purchase their first home. They don't know how to navigate the system. It's a little overwhelming, a little scary. Maybe they need to learn how to save towards that goal or repair their credit. We do all that. We have certified counselors and staff. Everything we offer is free. And it's a great thing when we see our clients find those homes, and they're just so grateful to have engaged us and be able to do that. But not all our clients are looking to purchase their first home. We also have a foreclosure prevention program, which assists folks who are in danger of losing their home, and we work with them and their lender or servicer to come up with a strategy and submit applications on their behalf to their funders so that they can take advantage of the different loan retention options so they can stay in their home. We've only been doing that 3 years, and it's very successful, and a lot of people don't know we do it, so we want to put the word out there. Give us a call.
Yes, I didn't even know you did it.
You don't even have to be behind in your mortgage. You could be struggling in making that mortgage payment. One of our certified foreclosure prevention counselors will work with you. And the last thing we just added is our financial capability programs, which includes rental counseling, budget and credit counseling for folks that may not even be thinking of buying a home. They just want to know how to build wealth, how to build financial stability for themselves and their loved ones, how to fix their credit or maintain it. We do all that and more.
That's fantastic. You know, one of the things that I saw in the portfolio that you gave me made me think about Monopoly. And everybody, as a kid at heart, you know, everybody likes to play games. And you have your own little game here, B&T Opoly. And I think this is fantastic because what it makes me think about is taking the sting out of home ownership.
Yeah.
Plus, I understand you have a video that actually covers that.
That's actually our annual report, and I would have to say on behalf of BNT that we never have the same premise for our annual report. Each year, it tops the previous one, and it's always fabulous and very creative. So I do want to thank AVP Productions, Frank Boras, because he does a lot of the media for us, and that actually is his brainchild.
I do know Frank, yes.
Yes,
Excellent. We'll have to talk about that. Now, you mentioned B&T's social mission as it relates to the economic empowerment of Bridgeport and addressing its housing needs. Can you elaborate some more?
Right. So as I mentioned earlier, not everyone should be a homeowner, but for those that want to buy, as a first-time home buyer, it can be very overwhelming. So what we do in a safe, non-threatening environment is engage people who express an interest in becoming home buyers, and we get our referrals from a variety of sources: clients, social media, lenders, realtors. My job when I'm not teaching the classes, because I actually teach all the classes we offer, and I love that. I'm passionate about educating people and giving them the resources to be empowered. I should mention also both my parents were teachers, so they're not with us anymore, but everything I do really is for them, and I know if they were here, they would be proud of me. So by engaging people and helping them, you know, we can cut to the chase and help them to have a mindset so that if something pops up, they can scrutinize it and realize, why am I paying that 5% interest rate in that mortgage when I heard in the class that, you know, there's 3.5% or 3% mortgages for first-time home buyers from Jaffa? How am I going to finance the down payment and closing costs? There's many programs that we talk about, including the City of Bridgeport Down Payment Assistance Program, which is up to $15,000 for down payment and closing costs for eligible folks who are looking to buy in Bridgeport. That's one of many different solutions. As a matter of fact, we manage that program for the city, and we're gearing up to really blast that out. So if anyone listening is interested, they can also give us a call. Is it okay if I mention my name and phone number?
Yes, you're at 501.
Beverly Hoppie, and just ask for Beverly. And the number is 203-290-4248. 203-290-4248. Or just come on by at our offices. It's 570 State Street. Our hours are 9 to 5:30, Monday through Friday, and anyone there will be able to answer your questions.
That's fantastic.
Steer you in the right direction.
Now, are your services limited to Bridgeport?
Actually, they're not. They were years ago. We were much smaller, but our footprint now is Connecticut, and that's in our work plan that we submit annually to HUD, which is our major funder. The classes I mentioned and the one-on-one counseling we also do for clients that need it because they want more hand-holding and they want to have personalized questions answered that, you know, really I wouldn't want to be brought up in a class because, you know, we value people's privacy. So, you know, many clients that were coming in, we realized they were coming from further distances. And in fact, our clients are not all buying in Bridgeport or coming from Bridgeport. I do a lot of reporting and I assist with the grants. And recently, most of our clients are buying outside of Bridgeport. They're coming from areas like Norwalk, Danbury, Stamford, Stratford, and so on. They're buying all over where they can afford it as a first-time home buyer. Last year, we served over 1,500 clients. And then on the pre-purchase side, we had 395 households that purchased for a total of $76 million in mortgages, and that's throughout Connecticut. So they're contributing to the economic engine and drivers of those communities. They're paying taxes, you know, they're taking care of their homes. So that's one of the many benefits. So I'm doing classes now in Norwalk, in Stratford, wherever I'm asked to do classes. I just need a room. You know, I travel. My car is like a traveling office. You know, and from there we bring our show on the road, so to speak. You know, we bring it to our partners. I'm also building a network of community partners. I'm outreaching to libraries, senior centers, community associations. We work closely with various housing authorities.
How about the
and what have you.
How about the colleges like Housatonic?
I'm glad you asked. I've done classes at Housatonic, and in fact, I'm going to be doing some for their business students soon. So I'll also be speaking to students, high school students at some of the local high schools that are going on to college about managing their money and not abusing credit and so on. So as you can see, we have something for everyone. It's not just home buyers now.
Excellent. You know, it sounds like you guys are really doing a lot, all right, for the community. Just again, is there any fees whatsoever for your services?
Everything is free. And I stress that because people assume everything has a cost attached to it. But no, everything is free. We have grants that we get from local foundations, and we have fee-for-service contracts, as I said, with the local state finance authority as well as HUD to deliver these programs. So no, they will always be free.
Excellent. Now, are there any books that you recommend people to read in as far as them purchasing homes or what you're doing?
You know, that is an interesting question. I can't say off the top of my head any particular book because I'm a research engine. I'm always researching stuff to improve the PowerPoints that I design and use in my classes. I'm gathering information, you know, off the web or something I've learned in a class I've taken myself to enhance my training skills. So there's no one shoe fits all, and even if I did know one, as a nonprofit, I couldn't say so because then it would be promoting who that author is. So there's a lot of great materials out there, and we try to inform our clients on where to get those resources, because even though we'd like to think we're a one-stop shop, at times people may come in needing services from specific agencies like the Center for Family Justice or the senior centers, or they may need assistance with an eviction problem. So as a HUD agency, it's important if we can help them, we can refer them to a local agency that can help them. So that's also part of the partnership dynamic that we're part of.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now, what is it sounds like you've had many successes. What is the one that stands out the best to you?
Stories. So just so happened we were talking about this in one of our staff meetings, and one of the foreclosure counselors mentioned an elderly gentleman she was working with. I believe he was in his 80s, and he had practically exhausted most options and was in danger of losing his home, and then he happened upon us and he was referred to us. And even though he was very close, he had a law debt, you know, seemed like his banks couldn't help him and other resources he had gone to. She worked that file, worked with that client, and counseled him, held his hand, cried with him, reached out to the resources we have as a HUD-approved housing foreclosure prevention and housing counseling agency. And the good news is that he's in his home, and he can, you know, he can end his life in a home he'd been in over 40 years.
That's fantastic.
So we were like almost bawling in our staff meeting when she told us that. I'm like, we got to put this out there with his permission. This is what we want to tell people.
Yes,
this is the human element. It's not just a house saved.
And it's valuable
You
out there
know,
because many people are going through the same thing.
Yes.
And I'm glad I found out about you too, because we have clients that could use your help in various areas. We appreciate you coming this afternoon, Beverly. We appreciate your time you spend with us. And we'll probably have to do it again, right?
Yes, and we have many resources. So like I said, if you want someone from our affordable, you can call us.
Thank you. And we appreciate our audience out there. Thank you very much for coming in and tuning in to the SCORE Business Showcase.